Hey Internet, it's RJ. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning into the show today. Now, today's episode, we're getting ready for Q4, our last push of 2024. And as always, we're going to recap what the 2024 Q3 strategy was for the credit cards in my wallet. What did I get? What did I miss out on? Where am I going as we move into the end of the year? So, of course, if that sounds interesting to you, then go ahead, press the subscribe button, and let's get to work. Now, as always, we start out. This is the wallet. This is the wallet that holds all my cards. I'm actually running out of room. This is the wallet. These are keeper cards, I should say. There's a Amazon affiliate link down below if you are interested. It's like 15 bucks. But I'm running out of room. These are just my keeper cards. I have some other cards that I don't use, somewhere else, but this is the wallet here, and I don't actually carry this. I mean, if you're a woman, you could carry it, but people generally get a kick out of that. So around here, we do this episode, a little bit differently than other channels. It's not so much about the cards I'm using, but the moves I've made and how I'm trying to, continue to get most cash back that I can. So we'll start out with denial. I didn't change anything in the setup as far as like canceling or product changes. Nothing changed in Q3 in Q3. I think I told you about all the cancellations last go around. The leverage card was like the most recent victim of just getting canceled, but that's not super exciting. I've also stopped doing keeper cancel videos for the most part because they're not super difficult. We're canceling most things. So anyways, what did I get denied for, which is always a fun part. Now, I did say I was going to chill out on the applications. Again, I've picked up probably 19 or 20 new credit cards this year alone. And I started to get denied for a lot of things. So, I knew I shouldn't have tried this one. But I did try for the Bank of America Travel Elite card. I don't think it's a very good card at all. It's not very good at all, actually. But it coincided with one property tax bills for the summer coming, which are large, $4,000 or $5,000 a piece. So, it's an easy thing to hit. You don't want to waste the spend, so to speak. And then number two, we did the New Orleans trip, and I went another place or two. So I could have easily burned the travel credits on the card. So it was a perfect time to try for it. I knew I was pushing it. With Bank of America, I just come off of getting the Business Unlimited card again for $500, so they denied me for it, rightfully so. I knew I was going to be denied when I applied, but shooters shoot, as they say, right? So that was a denial. The next one is my second go at the Apple card. Yes, Apple, as much as we talk about them, as much as Goldman Sachs gets blamed for taking on anybody's loan or anyone's account, they won't take mine apparently. So I keep looking from time to time in my junk mail account until I get targeted offers. And last time I tried, I had a targeted offer, and this one I had the $200 targeted offer, which is fantastic because, this is a card who historically doesn't really offer much in the form of intro offers. So I knew it was going to be a denial, but did it anyways. They didn't pull credit, at least, which was nice. I mean, it makes no difference to me, but I know some of you guys out there, you do prefer non-credit pull cards. They didn't, but they denied for all the reasons you would expect. Too many cards, too many new accounts, this, that, and the other. Again, I just wanted it for the $200. It would have made sense because, to buy the new phones and iPad at the time, right? But I mean, I just ended up using gift cards for that. Card itself, not very good or useful to me, but $200 is $200. So those were two denials. I'm still in Amex pop-up jail on the personal side. So I don't know if you want to count those or not. So, I would say two denials. If it pulls credit, it's definitely a denial. If they don't pull credit, you could probably call it a push, but that was rough. One new card, weirdly enough, and then one random card you wouldn't have guessed that, but we did kind of sort of add that we talked about on the Sunday show. So the random pickup, weirdly enough, is the PayPal debit card. We covered it on a Sunday show here, but I actually had a PayPal debit card already from bank account promotions on the second channel run on the bank. Then all of a sudden, PayPal came out. They said, hey, our debit card is going to get 5% back on a category you're choosing, up to $1,000 in spend a month, I think it is. And there's one of the categories is like groceries, for example. Now, I dug this back out and picked my category. It looked originally like it was targeted, but it wasn't. I went into the PayPal account and said, hey, you can pick your category. So I put it as groceries. I've also, put it in there because this card could be another game changer because I've had multiple people report to me that Walmart does code. If you do self-checkout, Walmart will work as 5%, which is really good for those who lost out on the Walmart credit card from Capital One. Also, because that card was 5% online and not in person. So this could be now a sleeper. I understand it's a debit card, but I think it's fine. Honestly, I think it's fine. So I did add it. I haven't, funny enough, I haven't really found a use for it myself. My credit cards were choice for groceries. Last quarter was the Discover card, and then it's one of the AAA Daily Advantage, which is still a sleeper credit card in this game. Probably the biggest sleeper card in the world of cashback, honestly. That's my grocery card, but it's a 5% card. I already had it, so I did throw it in there, and I've got it as an option should I need it. Now, the other actual credit card we did talk about in a few videos, and that is a Citizens Bank Business MasterCard. I forget the real name of it, but it's nothing really to write home about. It's like a 1.5x card. But I went in branch to open a Citizens Business checking account, which totally didn't work long term. It went sideways. I'll do a separate video about that. But I got the credit card. It was like spend $5,000 to get, I think, with $300 back, $325 back. Did that easy enough. There was no hard pull for that either, probably because I was in brand, which I was surprised there wasn't, honestly, because they didn't actually necessarily sell it to me. I asked them about it. I'm like, hey, I've got this this promo material, like, can I get this card as well? They sorted it out for me and I got it. That was easy enough there. So that's really officially the only credit card pickup I got in Q3. Again, the 2 denials. PayPal's a debit card that I already had technically, so the Citizens card. So not a ton of action as much as you would admit. I went very hard in the beginnings, and now the denials are just catching up to me. I don't care about the hard pulls, as you know. It makes no difference to me, but I'm just not getting approved for anything, which really brings us to the next part. So, I mean, what am I doing? I will quickly kind of cover what I'm using now. It is kind of somewhat weird to not have a, normal, I'm just hitting an intro offer, right? But the cards I'm using, I mean, it's a lot of the stuff you guys already know. I mean, Cash Plus is utilities and gym. AAA card is for grocery stores. You can do wholesale clubs with that as well. Chase Inc. pays the cell phone and internet. They're both through Verizon. Amazon Prime card is benched for the Discover card, which is Amazon and Target. I'm still in my first year of cashback match, so I prioritize the Discovery credit card. For me, I've got Bank of America customized cash for internet shopping. I have another one, Susan G. Komen, is for kind of I'll change it if I need to pick up something random. It's like a utility card, I guess. And then I've got my Bank of America Business Unlimited Cash in there for my catch-all. One customized cash is gas. The other one is food. And that's pretty much it at a high level, right? And that's kind of why I stopped kind of doing these videos this way, because it doesn't really change too much. I also still have the Business Platinum in here because I can get my cell phone credit with it until I cancel it. So there's that. I think I can also cancel the Business Gold at the end of this year, which would be very exciting. So that's what I'm using. Nothing crazy. It's all cash back, as you would imagine. The much more interesting thing to close on, and this will probably end up being a separate video as we get closer to the end of the year, is trying to set up for the remainder of this quarter in 2025. So I've really looked at my wallet again, as you just saw. I'm like, what cards am I missing, that could really make a difference? That's kind of the thing, when we talked about, like, for example, one of them is going to be the U.S. Bank Smartly Visa card, right? That could get you 4% back if you move $100,000 over to U.S. Bank. And sometimes folks are like, why do you get so excited about these cards? Because after a while, there's so few cards that can do anything for you. It doesn't mean a card isn't good. It just means it doesn't help me out, right? The autograph card is still a really good card, and I have it, but it doesn't really do that much for me anymore. So I'm really looking at those cards that, like, how do I set myself up to get these? Because I'm getting denied for everything, right? So the cards that I do want, I want the autograph Journey. I did apply for it this year and they denied me for it. I think for me, I hate annual fees. I really do. I'm in the business of taking money from the banks, not giving them money. But the Journey card, 5X hotels, 4X flights. The travel credit's easy enough to use. It has the vast majority of protections that you want. For me, a cashback person who does go places on occasion, that's actually the perfect card. I know I'm much higher on Wells Fargo than I think almost anyone on the internet. You find me the person and we can talk about him, and him and I can talk about Wells Fargo for an hour. But I'm very high on Wells Fargo. I want the Journey card. I think despite it having an annual fee, I would keep it. It's a manageable annual fee. It does solve a need for me. I think it's reasonable. So I do want that card. I do want the U.S. Bank Smartly card as well. There's rumors right now that, it could be out by the time you're watching this, but there's rumors, the CNBC or someone had an article that it wasn't going to have an intro offer. My sources tell me it's going to have an intro offer. So we'll have to wait and see, but that could change the strategy. To do that, I've got to also figure out the best game plan to get the money over there, which should be doable. moving some of it from Bank of America, not all of it, so I can keep my preferred rewards. Moving some of it over there should be doable. And then I will throw in probably another Discover card, my last Discover card in there. You can get one a year. I don't expect a difficult time getting another one. It's just you got to wait a year. I think you can have 2 Discover cash cards. Someone will let me know down below. The only reason that matters is because you can get referred. The way to get the most money from this is get referred for the $100 and then do the 5/4 of cashback match timing. You could just get a Discover NHL card, but I don't think there's a referral for that one. So someone can let me know if they know that down below. So out of the ones I wrote down here, those are the main 3 that I want: the Wells Fargo, the U.S. Bank, and another Discover card. And the Discover card's on the list more so because if the merger goes through with Capital One, we just don't know what's going to happen. Their underwriting, their restrictions, and that whole thing, right? Capital One's always going to deny me. Discover seems okay taking anybody, so might as well. So those are like the 3 cards I want. And so then the question for 2025, the rest of the quarter, becomes how to best set yourself up to get those, right? You could throw the Amex Business Green in there as well, just to finish off my MR journey through business and just be done with it. That wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be super mad if I didn't get that one. I mean, again, the high offer is $250. It's a $95 annual fee card. So like you're burning almost half of it on the annual fee. So no, not a massive loss, but I do want that one as well. So, I think I built out a whole video on like my strategy. The things I've debated are like, one, going back and canceling a lot of these older cards that I have that I've got that will be a year old sometime next year. Like I've got the Venmo card, the Rocket Mortgage card, these cards like I'm never, the Huntington personal card, these cards I'm never going to use again once the year is up on those, which would be sometime technically next year. I could just phone up and cancel. Historically, I've just let them sit there, and folks have asked me in the Q&A, like, have you ever gone back and like canceled these cards? Historically, I've said no because I don't care. But again, the benefit would be to reduce some of that available credit. Like my available credit's like 250,000 to almost like 300,000 at some point, I think, of just revolving credit. And that's one of the reasons you can get denied, is I've been seeing is too much available unused credit. Well, you could go through, cancel some of those cards. That would be easy. I could also go through and lower some of my credit limit. The tough part is we don't really know, like, what's the amount, right? What is too much credit? Like, no one's ever going to tell you that. So it's more so like how I can put myself in the better position to grab these 3 cards, and then it'll probably be one final push. Not that I'd be retiring from the game, but realistically, if you look at the landscape of cards, you do kind of run out of offers because, again, like a lot of these cards are keeper cards, right? For me. So, sometimes folks are surprised I don't literally churn cards more, but most of these cards, like the Bank of America lineup, the 3 cashback cards are keeper cards. Discover's keeper. Chase, they're all converted into freedoms that do come in handy on occasion. U.S. Bank Cash Plus, keeper. AAA, keeper. Journey card, keeper. Amazon Prime, eCash card, keeper. So when you get my point, there's not city cards, right? There's not, you turn them into more custom caches. So you make one final push in the cards that I've been denied for. Business Signify card, the City Premier, Strata Elite card, right? Cards like that. Then you go back and just do the onesie, twosie. Here's the BMO card again because I'm over there, things like that. And then after that, I think it really would calm down because you'd be out of offers. Of course, you have travel cards, but they don't appeal to me as much. So anyways, like that's more so what I'm thinking. I will decide what the play is, and I will make a more concise video about it again at the time of taping. We've still got 3 months left of this year, but you're probably looking at a backloaded second half of 2025 to give some breathing room and try to get applied for these cards, and then hopefully have mostly what I consider my 5% everything set up finished, more or less. I mean, it's always a work in progress because you don't know what they're going to come out with, but you get the point. So anyhow, those are my thoughts for the whole what's in your wallet thing, this go around. We made a lot of money. We're going to hit our $5,000 from credit card goal for sure. So we're just going to try to take our earnings, close out the year strong, but probably no new approvals or anything like that. I say that, but I'm already like, hey, I'm with BMO now. Can I get their credit card? But again, stay focused on the cards I want. Those other ones will be there. So anyhow, we'll see how that goes. But anyways, guys, if you like this one, drop me a thumbs up down below. If you found it particularly interesting, consider subscribing to the channel. So we're posting content just like this every single week. Of course, right back every Sunday with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance. And every single day over on Profitable.content.com, which is the channel's blog. Always linked down below for you, and on the channel homepage, we now have the latest news stories. We have plenty of bank promotions, which give you a nice break for credit cards, or do in tandem, which is usually what I do. And of course, we have credit card offers themselves. So if you're not getting denied for everything, why don't you peruse our page? I'm sure we have some that could catch your eye, like the Chase Inc. 900s, for example. Anyways, guys, that'll do it for this one. As always, thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you very soon in the next one.